Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we are back on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 73, and I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is not my first time trying to record this episode. I have had a rubbish day today, and I'm not going to bore you to death with all of the details of it, but look where I am standing right now, okay? Just take a look around. Clearly, this has not gone to plan, alright? So, originally, I tried to record an episode of me building the slime farm. I was gonna do the slime farm, finally. And it was fairly uninteresting, okay? The episode wasn't going too well as it was, but then this happened, and I just thought, you know what? Sod it, I'm going to stop doing this project, and I am going to start again. But we aren't going to be working on the slime farm today, because quite frankly, I never want to see it again at this current point in time. We are in fact going to be doing a little bit more work over in the Mumbo Jumbo Jungle base. Yes, we're going to be doing some stuff over here, but first off, I want to head over to New Hermiton to just check up and see if anyone has done the Easter egg hunt, because I am interested to see if anyone has managed to complete it. So I am just on my way over to the Easter egg hunt. I want to see who has done it, alright? So let's take a look in this chest here. And by the look of things, we have got 2 eggs missing. So that means that at least 2 hermits have given this a go. I really am glad that at least a few people have done this, because I was proper excited when I finished building that one. I'm sure if anyone saw the episode, I hope that some of you at least have seen the episode, then you will know what I mean. I really was very excited while recording that, and I'm extremely glad that I built it. It was a really fun build, and I like getting involved with the community. I think recently I've been trying extremely hard to do a bunch of community-based projects. For example, the Labyrinth. Whoa, I almost lost my words there. In fact, I want to check out if anyone has got any faster times in here, as we are on our way over there. Let's see, pick up our little book here, and see if anyone has managed to beat my time of 1 minute 6. No, it doesn't look like it, at least not recorded in the book. But anyway, over to the egg. I think at least one of them will be Slipgator, because he sent me a message the other day saying that he was going to be trying it, which is great news. And also Corrales mentioned that he might give it a go as well. So let us take a look over in this final egg over here. If they have completed it, then of course they will be receiving their 3 diamonds at some point. So let's take a look. We have got Slipgator and Corrales, like I was expecting. So there we go, they will be receiving their 3 diamonds. I hope that they enjoyed the Easter egg hunt, and like I say, if any hermits want to come over here, try it out, then please do, because like I say, it really is great fun. One of the first things I want to do really quickly, it's just a very simple project, is I want to finish up the decoration on these auto pumpkin and melon farms. You can see this one over here, it's just a little bit more complete than the other one. I don't know how well you can tell really, if you can see anything going on, but you can see you've got this line going up here, and the torch is there to keep it nice and light, whereas the other one, it doesn't have any of that stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly replicate this on this one, just to make sure that they are symmetrical. I think that will look pretty good, so I'm going to crack on with that, and then I'll catch you guys in a little bit. And there we go. It's a little tiny detail. You would really have to look hard to notice it, but I think it adds just a little bit to the base, especially the fact that they are now symmetrical. I feel like they are done. I didn't really want to do anything spectacular in terms of decorating those. I wanted them to sort of blend in with the environment, especially as you come in through the nether portal. It is quite nice to see those 2 towers peeking up over my orbital thing that I have going on in the jungle base. So I am glad that we managed to get that one done. Now moving on to something else. We are going to be trying to keep this nice and fast paced today. So I have just spent 4.5 hours in the nether. 4.5 hours in the nether AFKing over here, and I have absolutely nothing to show for it other than these 8 wither skulls. 8 wither skulls for 4.5 hours. Those of you who are following me on Twitter, you will know that I did this because I had a little rage. A small, tiny little rage on the Twitter. Nothing too ridiculous, no effing and jeffing going on. I'm just a little bit annoyed because although I was doing some revision whilst AFKing, that is time that I could have spent doing something a little bit better, because my plan was that I was going to get all of the beacons together so that I could have the 8 beacons going around my ring. But clearly, we aren't going to be doing that today, because that would involve spending another 4.5 hours over here, and I don't want to be doing that. So instead, we are going to be heading back over to the base, and we are going to start work on a really cool project. It is a fancy tree farm. Now, you may be thinking, whoa, Mumbo, you have already got a tree farm, you're forgetting things again. Well, I need a tree farm that is actually going to work with other types of trees. It's all well and good just having oak, but having different types of trees is quite important. So let's head back over there and I'll start cracking on with that one. Welcome to the planning stage. This is where our tree farm is going to be going, and as you can see, it takes up a fairly large area, doesn't it? This is going to be one of the biggest builds that I've added to my base in a very, very long time. Now, you may be wondering, what on earth am I doing down here? Why am I using cobblestone? That's ugly, and not only that, but you can't actually place trees down on there. Well, here is the thing, okay? Because I've got Mumbo Jumbo in my name, I am of course going to be doing things a little bit more complicated than they perhaps have to be. So, we are going to be having an automatic sapling collection system in our tree farm, and hopefully it works really, really well. I'll run you through my plans right now. We're going to have a hopper minecart dotting about on a set of minecart rails, and it will just go back and forth like this, picking up any saplings that have fallen from the tree. So that means that once we're done with our tree harvesting, we can just walk away, bugger off somewhere, do some stuff, leave this running, and then we will just have all of our saplings picked up for us, which I think is really genius, and hopefully it works as planned. If not, I'm probably going to quit Minecraft, okay? It's been one of those days, alright? It's just been one of those days. I'm not going to go there. I'm not even going to go there. But anyway, what I'm going to do is place down the rest of this foundation floor, and then I'll catch you guys in a little bit. So I'm just in the process of placing down the last few blocks of cobblestone, and I just feel like asking you guys a question, because it just came to my mind and it seems like a pretty good thing to ask. I don't know if many of you know about this, but I have got another project off in that direction known as the Fishing Town. Now, I'm sure most of you have heard of it. I think I worked on it around about episode 55 through to 60, but the general response on it was fairly decent, but there were just quite a few people that absolutely hated it. They were like, oh, you're rubbish at building, blah, blah, blah. And I've got to be honest, it really did knock my confidence a little bit. I always felt very confident building, even though I knew I perhaps wasn't the best builder in the world. I never felt like I was going to get people angered by the fact that I was building things. Well, the Fishing Town, some people did get a little bit stressed out by the way that I was building, and they said some mean things in the comments. And I know you should never read the comments, but generally speaking, if it's more than, say, 10 people that write down a comment stating something that you are doing wrong, then you probably are doing something wrong. And what I want to know is, would you like to see the return of the Fishing Town? If a lot of people want to see the return of the Fishing Town, then I will be more than happy to crack on with it. But if the general consensus is that that place is awful and you should never go back there, then of course I will listen to it and completely forget that it ever existed. So there is a straw poll down in the description. There is a survey, 2 options. Go back to the Fishing Town or stay away from the Fishing Town. Please do answer. That will be greatly helpful. But anyway, what I am going to do now is I'm going to finish up placing down all this cobblestone. I believe we are on the last legs here. And then we will crack on with placing down all of our little railways. I am very excited to see how this works, if it works that is, because this will be a really, really awesome thing to have in the base. Can't wait. So I'm about halfway done on placing down the rails, and I gotta be honest, guys, I'm not even joking here, I am starting to get really, really dizzy and feel a bit sick. I'm getting a little bit of motion sickness here, because if you watch all the textures, I don't know if it will come through in the video, but as you walk, oh, I'm getting a little bit dizzy there. So I think I'm gonna have to take a little break from recording this episode, because otherwise something bad might happen. And, well, I've got a lot of expensive equipment, and I definitely don't want that to be intertwined with the innards of my stomach, that's for sure. To put it lightly, I guess you could say. So, yeah, I'm going to take a break for a while. It is a new dawn. It is a new... No! Ah, that wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. Oh my god, I panicked there, didn't I? Wow. Alright, okay, so I have just woken up, and I'm not feeling so sick anymore. I don't know if I can continue on after that. Right, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted there, I have been doing a bunch of work here. You can see that I have got all of the minecart rails. They are now in place, and they look like they are going to be working nicely. Our hopper is going to go along like this and just bounce back and forth through all of these. And yes, there is a lot of rails here. I had, I think, 22 stacks on me, and I only have a few stacks left. But one thing that you may notice is that I don't have any powered rails in there yet, and that is something that I've still got to do. I sort of put that off because they're quite expensive, and also it was something else to hold, which I didn't want to be doing. So now we are going to be adding in all of the powered rails. I will get all of my resources together because it's going to be quite expensive, but it should end up working pretty well. Good news, everybody, all of the powered rails are now in place. There are no creepers here to mess things up this time, I hope. But, oh man, this thing really is a sapper of all resources. Resources being items and also time. I have spent so long recording this episode so far. It has been absolutely ridiculous. It's been over 2 days as well due to my strange bout of motion sickness that I got. That's a little bit tragic really, isn't it? But anyway, as far as the powering process is concerned, it's a little bit tricky. Because all of our powered rails are staggered, because you can't place them next to one another, I am now going to have to go along mining out this area, placing down a bunch of levers. It's a little bit annoying, but oh well, we'll continue on, power on through. We are going to get this done in today's episode. I have got some really fantastic news for you all. Well, you might not consider it that fantastic, but you see this little guy here, this little hopper, he is actually able to make it round this entire platform. I wasn't expecting that for some reason. I always thought that you had to have less than 10 blocks distance between powered rails, and I thought I really had stretched the limit, but by the look of things, this guy is absolutely flying round. He's going to be able to pick up all of the saplings very easily, no problems with despawning or anything like that. But now what we have to do is we have to increase the height of the wall going around it, because obviously our dirt and tree placing material, I guess you could say, is going to be going on this layer, 1 block exactly above all of these rails, and that is so that our hopper can still pick up all of the saplings. It sort of makes sense if you think about it. So what I'm going to do is just go around placing all of these stone brick blocks. Don't worry, the whole build isn't going to be made out of stone bricks. I haven't gone back to that phase just yet, but it should look pretty decent, you know? The stone bricks do look nice. They always look nice, and they always make a good border for builds. The top here is probably going to be made of grass because I like the way that that looks. Not again, not again, not again, not again. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, creepers, man. I don't want them around here. So this is the sort of design that I am going to be going for. It looks okay, doesn't it? It's not horrendous, but it's not particularly pretty, especially at the minute, considering it is all dirt. I'm currently in the process, of course, placing down grass so that all of the grass will grow, and then it will look lovely and green. Because we are in a jungle biome, it really should look quite bright and quite nice. But I like the way that this looks, the way that the half slabs break up the sort of solid colour of green. Yeah, I think it should look quite good. One thing that I haven't really taken into consideration just yet, though, is the lighting. I don't really know how I'm going to do that. Originally, I was considering using jack-o'-lanterns, but obviously I can't place those down, which causes a few problems, so I am going to have to come up with a solution to that one. But anyway, I am now going to continue building. Who knows, you might get a third-person time-lapse as well. Let's see. So that is it. That is the tree farm, all done, all complete, everything is finished. And I don't mean to harp on about how long that took, but really, that took absolutely ages. It was one of those things that I thought would be an absolute breeze to do, and then just turned out to have loads of problems, and just be a generally large project. Also, I didn't plan on making it this large, if I'm honest. I wasn't considering making it this big. But, oh well, it functions, it's just going to be better than I expected. If we take a look underneath, I have got a little hole here so that we can see where the minecart is. And that does appear to have disappeared? Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's emerging from the darkness. Look at that, all dramatic. And then it's going to go off into the shadows once again. But I'm very, very happy with it. I'm yet to give it a test, but I will do that in a couple seconds. One quick thing that I do just want to add in is I want to add in a half slab border going all the way around like this, just to add a nice bit of finality here, because at the minute it just looks like a very big flat plane. But as far as they go, I think this one looks like a pretty decent flat plane. I am in the final stages of the build now, doing all of the lighting for it, and, well, I gotta say, I'm not some super rich guy who has tons of glowstone. Instead, I am just going to be using torches to light this thing up, which I know isn't particularly pretty, and some of you are probably going to be moaning down in the comments section, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it. Like I say, I was originally planning on using jack-o'-lanterns, but sadly, they can't be placed on top of minecart rails, and there is no way that I'm going to be pulling up those minecart rails. They are so fiddly and everything can go wrong so quickly that I just don't want to touch them ever again. But anyway, as you can see, all of the lighting is in place. This should be perfectly bright for those nights so that we don't get tons upon tons of mobs spawning like we did originally while I was building it. I got absolutely covered in them. You may have seen it in the time lapse. I had to go absolutely ham, just crazy on them. But anyway, what we are going to do now is we are about to christen the tree farm. We have got the most boring type of tree with us today. We're not doing anything exciting, but here we go. That is the first tree grown in the brand new tree farm, and unfortunately that marks the end of today's episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. I really have enjoyed recording this one. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later. Oh my, I was in my bed for a little while, and by the look of things, a skeleton was going for me. I don't know what to say. That is really, really peculiar. I'm amazed it actually kept me in the bed, because I was speaking to Exuma there. That's really odd.